In operation for over 55 years in the UK, SpanSet supports the police as a manufacturer of height safety, lifting and load control equipment. And with their idea that the best equipment works better in trained hands, SpanSet has developed a training division to significantly enhance the safety of its clients.
Working at height is challenging. And when you're relying on equipment that could save your life, you need to know what you're doing. Having the confidence to use equipment effectively in high-pressure situations is essential.
This is a wire grab that is designed for the wire on this particular block.
As well as making safety equipment, SpanSet runs its own training academy to give contractors, industrial rescue teams and the police the skills they need to operate safely.
And applying what they've learned in the classroom with practical, hands-on experience. So Pete, this is your training facility?
Yeah, and it's a real link between the practical areas and the theory in the classrooms, because you can always see the practical areas from the classrooms, so you always get that awareness of reality and theory.
And that combination of theory and practice is important.
Yeah, if you don't have the theory to start with, then you can't really interpret it later. So you need the ground rules and the foundations. And to put that in, we use like a hybrid learning technique. So we'll use a combination of images on a screen that we will then build up and teach over. So we'll use touch screens that we can write on.
Force is equal to the mass times acceleration.
As well as work at height training, SpanSet supply equipment and training for load security. This group of contractors and traffic police are learning the importance of securing heavy loads so they don't create a hazard in transit. It's the type of scenario traffic officers encounter on a regular basis. But most receive no formal training to assess if something's dangerous.
So I've been out in the last few months actually with some of the local police forces, pulling over vehicles, looking at checks on their load security, which is one of the courses that we offer. So we've been out trying to figure out what it is that the guys are looking for as a police force, and then giving them our experience knowledge of how to make sure that loads are secure on the roads. The police tend to do a lot of in-house training themselves, but they're coming to people like us to ensure they get the technical knowledge and get that little bit more education.
And equipping officers to better manage highly stressful situations.
SpanSet's also the UK distributor of Stinger, the controlled tyre deflation device used by police to immobilise vehicles, often at speed.
Vehicle stung.
So good timing on the vehicle, nice positive push out, and then it had a nice positive pull back in, exactly how we were looking at doing it.
SpanSet's working with Cheshire Police to offer additional training, combining its technical know-how with police officers' operational experience. The aim is to provide CPD days to support police trainers in future.
In terms of risk to officers working on road policing, stinging vehicles is potentially the most dangerous thing they could do if they're not trained correctly. And in Cheshire we've stung a vehicle at over 150 miles an hour. If the operator isn't trained properly and doing it safely, there's every chance that they can get seriously injured or killed. So training is imperative.
It's very important that we work with the police. So what we've come up with is CPD days, which is continual professional development days, where we work with Cheshire Police and we go out and we do the technical side of the training, and Cheshire Police would do the practical side of the training. Because we've been trained by Federal Signal in America, which is the manufacturer of the Stinger, and obviously the police are using these devices every day, so they've got the practical element there.
Just like the load control training, turning the classroom theory into hands-on experience.
Yeah, don't pull it all the way up, just leave yourself a little bit of slack and then operate the ratchet.
I think it's important that the training really does sort of get to the bones of how to use a product, but also we really do try to link that to a real life scenario, so it's not too sterile, if that makes sense. Having a really clear theory course that is engaging, where you can ask questions, you can really get to understand the principles, and then actually going out and linking it to a real life scenario is something that we're really keen on. We feel it's really important.
So whatever the job throws at them, by empowering officers to look after their own safety, they're better prepared to look after the safety of the public when they respond to any incident.